Hello guys, welcome back. I hope you're all well. I'm coming back off of a pretty much week-long holiday, so at the moment I don't know where I am, who I am, what I'm doing, how to speak, how to talk. So I was in New York, you knew this, you've seen my vlog, and of course when I'm in the US I have to pay a visit to this place because we don't got these here. Sephora is basically Mecca for beauty lovers, I'm sure everybody knows that. And there are still actually so many things that I can't get hold of here, that you guys have in the US that we don't, so whenever I'm there, I go a little bit crazy. It's not that often I make it across the pond, so I bought quite a few things in 2 separate trips, and I'm just gonna get them out and show you. I've tried a couple of these bits, so I will let you know my first impressions. Let's just dig straight in with something not particularly exciting, some cotton pads. These are going to be super bleached out on my camera and white, but these are basically 2 huge packs of Shiseido Facial Cotton Pour le Visage, basically the probably most expensive and most ridiculous cotton pads that you can buy, but I love these. They are so soft, they are like silk. I'm going to get one out to show you because, you know, you guys don't actually know what a cotton pad looks like. So they're basically like these little rectangles, and they are just so different to anything else, any other cotton pads that I've tried. They are silky smooth, and I feel like they just work better with products. So not only are they super gentle at taking off eye makeup and, you know, removing makeup and things like that, also when you're using toners and basically anything that you spray onto a cotton pad and put on your face, it just feels so much nicer and so much better. They're also quite heavy duty, they're quite thick and they're quite durable, so I find I can literally use one of these for my whole face routine. So these packs, they should hopefully last me a while. I got 2 of these, they were $10 each, and I think you get maybe 100 in here. 165 sheets of 100% cotton. So hopefully they should last me about a year. I will let you know, I will report back on that, but I got really excited about the thought of a giant pack of really nice cotton pads. So one of my favourite brands whenever I come over to the US to buy is Elizabeth & James. Still such a crime that we can't get it here. One of the things that's been on my list to try for a really long time is the dry shampoos. So I picked up the dry shampoo in my favourite scent, which is Nirvana Black. So the black is a scent that I really love, and I think this dry shampoo is maybe going to be a little bit more about making your hair smell fresh and actually cleaning it, but we will see. I think I've used this once now, probably not enough to really appreciate if it's good or not, but I loved the smell and I could smell it all day. It was in my hair for a really long time, so I was happy with that. And then I got a second thing from Elizabeth & James, something that I did not know existed. So obviously they have the 2 scents, the Nirvana Black and Nirvana White, which they first came out with, and I knew they had a Nirvana Rose, which was a more rosy version of the original ones, but I did not know they had Nirvana Bourbon. I'm gonna go with bourbon, that sounds about right. Nirvana Bourbon comes in the most beautiful kind of vintage looking art deco-y packaging. It's like this brown glass with gold, very Tom Ford. The smell of this, my god guys, the smell of this actually reminds me of a Tom Ford perfume, which is Tobacco Vanille, which is one of the most warming, comforting, delicious smelling scents I've ever smelled in my lifetime. I highly recommend you guys go and test that, but obviously being a Tom Ford perfume, it's very expensive. So this I feel like is kind of the slightly easier on the bank version of that, and it just smells so good. It has a little hint of the Nirvana Black in there as well, but it kind of just smells very vanilla-y, very sweet and sugary, but still very warming at the same time, kind of a bit ambery. Trying to describe perfume is never easy, but it just smells delicious in a very kind of grown-up way. So if you like your kind of foodie, sweet scents, but you're not into anything really sickly and over the top, I think this is just going to be so lovely. And I kind of wish I'd bought a bigger one now. I wanted to get the small version to match my Nirvana Black. Oh, just the most amazing scent. I just want to sit here and smell it for a little bit longer. I did actually get a Tom Ford perfume as well while I was there. The best thing about Sephora by far are the travel sizes, the travels and the minis. I do travel quite a lot, and I also just really appreciate the cuteness of a mini product. So the rollables are obviously something they do in a lot of the different scents from all different brands. So I got Tom Ford Velvet Orchid, which I don't actually have a large size of, but I love this scent. It's probably a good way to try out a Tom Ford perfume as well if you're not up to spending the full price on the larger sizes. This one I think I first smelled on Susie. I think she had it a while ago, and it actually really reminds me of her when I smell it now. Hey Susie. This one is kind of hard to explain. It's again a bit musky, a bit ambery, but also kind of fresh and maybe a little bit floral in there. I think it has orchid in it too, so it has some sort of florally notes, but it's still very warming and very musky, which is definitely my favourite kind of scent. So yeah, I got the rollable of this one. I think it's going to be super great to just pop in my bag. I picked up 2 of the La Vanilla or La Vanille healthy deodorants. These are both in the vanilla scent flavour. One of these is actually for my mum, so I will be giving that to her when I see her next, if I remember. She's very into the whole natural, no chemicals, kind of healthy beauty products. She knows a lot more about it than me, but apparently this is a good one. It is very natural and it has no kind of nasties in it, which is always great. I think especially for deodorant, it's the type of product that you want to make sure you are using a good one. So this actually works really well as a deodorant too. It smells great, it's vanilla-y and soft, and I really like it, so got some of those. I didn't actually buy a great deal of makeup. The thing I did kind of go a bit mad for were concealers though. I bought 3 concealers. One of them I don't have here because it's in my makeup bag, but it was just a new one of my Makeup Forever Ultra HD concealer, which I love and use all the time. But I tried 2 new ones this time around. I was desperately searching for the Tarte Shape Tape concealer. I am just so ready to try that. I really, really need that concealer. I like trying concealers all the time and that one looks pretty good. But apparently they don't sell it in Sephora yet. So I got something maybe a little bit similar. This is the IT Cosmetics Bye Under Eye. It's an illuminating, full coverage, anti-aging, waterproof concealer. And I got this in the shade Light, for you guys that are wondering that. I think this is a pretty good colour match for me. I'm wearing it now, although looking at myself in the screen, I look very bright under here. I'm not sure if it's the lights bouncing off or maybe I went a bit too fair. Applying this for the first time today, which I did, it's intense. It's extreme. It's probably the fullest coverage concealer I've ever tried in my life. And also very brightening. So I probably put too much on, to be honest, but I put it in a sort of V shape under here and it just covered every inch of my dark circles. They were gone. They were completely gone, and they are quite prominent at the moment because I haven't been getting a lot of sleep. But it worked incredibly and it was very smooth to work in. I used my Beauty Blender, which is my tool of choice for concealer, and it just blended everything in beautifully. Even though it's a very thick concealer, it worked in well, it wasn't cakey, and I don't think it's creasing at all. I have set it with some powder like I usually do, but to me this looks pretty good. So far I'm very impressed with this. And the second concealer I got, which I think is out in the UK now as well, but I thought I'd pick one up while I saw it. This is from NARS and it's the Soft Matte Complete Concealer. Always love a good NARS beauty product, especially when it comes to their face and base products. So this one is supposed to be pretty full coverage. Now I've used this a few times under my eyes and I have to say it doesn't look good. I don't know if it's me personally having quite dry skin, but I tried it in a few different ways and I just cannot get it to work under there. It just instantly looks really cakey, really dry, and just not very nice. But saying that, around the face, this is amazing. I actually dipped the pointy end of my Beauty Blender straight into the little pot here, which I'm not 100% sure is too hygienic, but it was a clean one, and basically just pressed it into the areas I needed it, and it was so instantly smoothing. It had incredible coverage, just got rid of everything I wanted to get rid of. So on my face today I actually have the Glossier Skin Tint, which if you guys have that you will know it's basically no coverage whatsoever, and I still feel like my skin looks incredibly covered, really full coverage actually, and that is down to this concealer. So if you want something to cover maybe pigmentation, acne scars, anything on your face that you don't want to be there, and it doesn't look cakey, it doesn't look anything like it was underneath my eyes, now that it's on my face. So I think I'll be sticking to this for just covering up redness and things like that. For me, redness is my main concern. And I also got it in vanilla, if you're wondering. I always get vanilla in NARS concealers and it works pretty well for me. One thing that I always fail to pick up for some reason when I go to Sephora is this next product, which I finally bought myself. It's from Tarte. It's one of their blushes, the Amazonian Clay 12-Hour blushes, which I feel like aren't very popular at the moment. They were massive a while ago, and now I don't hear much about them. But this shade here, this is Exposed. I feel like this is probably the most cult of all the colours that they do, and I don't own it, I don't have it, so I thought I would pick one up, and I'm starting to regret the decision of not buying it until now, because I love this. It's such a beautiful colour. It's very natural. a little bit more pinky than I thought it would be, which is nice. I like that. It's not super, super brown. So I feel like I'm going to be getting a lot of use out of this. I'm pretty sure I can stop my Tarte blush collection now. I think I have literally every single shade I could ever need. And then a couple of the super, super cute minis that I got that I have to show you as well. Look at this little tiny box. How sweet is this? This is one of the Hourglass Ambient Lighting powders. It is so, so small. I don't know how much product is actually in this, if it was worth buying it, but I love this powder. I use it so much. I thought it was worth having a travel size to take with me. I still haven't hit pan on my original one, which I've had for quite a long time, so I'm thinking this will last me hopefully longer than it looks like it will. This is in Diffused Light, which is my favourite shade of this whole range of ambient lighting powders. It's basically just an amazing setting powder. If you like your skin to look super glowy and really fresh, like you're not wearing powder at all, but you still like to have something to set everything down, these powders are incredible. They give your skin such a sheen and a brightness, but they keep your makeup on for a long time as well. So picked up a mini of that. And then the next one is from Bare Minerals. This, you guys will know, is one of my favorite base products. I always come back to this. It's the Complexion Rescue Tinted Hydrating Gel Cream. It's just my favourite base for natural skin. Nothing else really compares to this. So I got a small size of that just to take with me on my travels. Not that it's that much smaller actually than the original one. The original one's probably about this big. And then one more mini. This is in the box, actually. Let me take this out for you. This is from Sunday Riley, and it's a tiny baby Tidal. This is one of my favourite moisturisers ever. I absolutely adore it. I use this morning and night all the time, and whenever I travel I do take it with me, even though it's quite a big tub. So my thinking with this was, I have a mini version just to use now, and when this runs out I can kind of refill it maybe. I realised I could have just bought one of those little tiny plastic tubs from Boots, which were maybe about £1, but that's just the kind of person that I am. I wanted a mini version of the actual packaging. I picked up one of these quick fix mists from Urban Decay. I actually think this is a travel size too, because they do come in larger bottles than this. And I've been so into setting sprays recently. I've been really into the Smashbox one, the Estee Lauder one, the Pixi one. So I've kind of been trying a few different things. I'm really enjoying them. So this one is the Hydra Charged Complexion Prep Priming Spray, and it has coconut water in, which I thought it did because it does smell like coconuts. The way I like to use setting sprays is on top of makeup, but more so to kind of make everything a bit more radiant looking. So sometimes if I've got foundation, concealer, powder, blusher, bronzer on, things can look a little bit cakey, and just spraying a few pumps of some kind of hydrating setting mist over the top makes such a difference. It really changes everything. It kind of melds everything together and it just looks more like your natural skin. So I've been really enjoying using these, and I thought I would give this one a go. Final thing that I picked up, I think this is the last thing, is another one I've been meaning to try for a while. This is from Bite Beauty. So many of you guys told me to try some Bite Beauty products, so apparently a lot of you are fans. I didn't pick up any of the lipsticks, and I didn't buy any lipsticks actually while I was in the US, just because I'm kind of trying to cut down my lipstick collection right now because it's just out of hand. But I did get this one, which is the Agave Lip Mask. This is a super intense lip balm. It's so hydrating and rich and thick. Just feels incredibly nice to wear and really comfortable. So I kind of reserved this one, or I've been using it more at bedtime the few times that I have tried it, and I wake up in the morning and I can still feel it there on my lips, which I think is the mark of an amazing lip balm. And that is everything in this huge massive bag, except for the receipt, which I will look at in a second and probably weep. I think I actually got upgraded to VIB while I was there, so yeah, that just goes to show the damage I did. So that is it for me today. I'm going to say goodbye here. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you all soon. Bye!